Because whatever we sell, right, it is a material, finished goods, right? When we create a material master, in that material master we assign profit center. Or if we don't do it, while creating a sales order, we assign that profit center, right? So what happens is, as soon as you sell something, the revenue flows into profit center directly. So that's where we get revenue, and then all the expenses from cost center and internal order.
badly need some energy.
So first we will do the recap on the config side. Last time we just did planning, right? How we can do planning, different versions of planning.
Wow, week 14.
14 only.
Okay. So first thing first, we have created controlling area. Controlling area is a top node within controlling, right?
Yeah.
Under controlling area, you have controlling objects, internal order,
Yeah.
cost center, profit center.
Doing it.
They are all called cost objects.
Yeah.
So first of all, we have created controlling area, maintain controlling area.
Yeah. Oh, actually, okay.
Who has got problem understanding the controlling or struggling to understand controlling? No one has got any problem.
No,
Good.
it's not that bad. What do you think?
So the one which we have created is CW01. If I go to basic data, so controlling area same as company code. It means we have one dedicated controlling area for our company code. There can be one controlling area for 4 different company codes. But we can only do that if we are having same chart of account.
Field.
Yes, and the same fiscal year. These two has to be the same. That's the prerequisite. Right? So we have created controlling area. After creation of controlling area, we assign controlling area to company code. Next step is on assignment. Assign company code to controlling area. This is the assignment. Then what we did?
Control.
Then we went to controlling and we have activated certain components.
Which is OKKP code.
Hmm? Now you're talking in key codes. Okay, KP.
Yeah, OKKP.
Maintain controlling area. You get additional options here. So if I select CW01 activate component, so we have activated few components here. Cost center, order management, commitment management, profit center. After that, what we did? We copied the number ranges. Right?
Yeah.
Copied the number. Sorry, you were saying something.
No, just the code.
Which is maintain number and
CW01. Then after that, maintain versions.
What's the purpose of version?
Hmm?
What's the purpose?
planning and
Versions,
budget.
planning versions.
Planning and budget.
Planning versions. You get X amount of salary, you have your own planning, right? Your wife will have different plan, right? It's a different versions. So in corporate culture, there are different director, different layer of management. They can do all kind of planning, optimistic, pessimistic, realistic planning, right? So because you have to plan things, right? If things doesn't work as you have planned, it's okay. The difference between planning and actual is called variances. Whatever difference we have, just imagine if I'm running my business, I have a plan. In 12 months time I will have 20K as a revenue. What if I have 12K? So 8,000 is my variances. Then I can explore what went wrong, right? So planning is important, and you can have multiple layers of planning, right? So that you can compare those planning with actuals, right? So we have version 0, 1, 2, 3. We can create our own version if we want via copying the existing one, right? We have up to 4 different versions for planning in our organization. So this is the version 0. If I click here, and all we need is a fiscal year. I think the controlling area is wrong. So set controlling area. Zero. So why we have to lock the version? Why this is option we have version lock?
That's the current year.
Yeah, but why we have to lock it? Why there is an option? What's the reason to lock it? And what does integrated planning mean?
From the previous year to current year.
No, that is copying allowed. Copying allowed is for previous to. You can copy from one to another. But version lock means once you have done planning, you don't want anybody to alter your planning data. That's why you lock that planning version, so nobody can alter your planning data, right?
It's supposed to be the user writing it. Because if I am logging with my user, right, Raj, now I'm making some planning. How can he log in by himself and he can change my data?
Well, if this is not ticked, he can,
Yeah.
right? See, OKEQ,
So can he
this
take
screen
Yeah.
is transaction OKEQ. There are very few people who will have access to it. Who can, sorry?
So once I create my planning, can he check with his login the planning? Go ahead and
Yeah, if I have a same,
If he has got access to that
yeah,
transaction.
if I have a same level of access,
We
so
don't
I
have
can.
an integrated system.
And
so
I
what
will.
is the security then? What's the planning?
It's not your planning, it's company's
Yeah,
planning,
just
and
have-
you everyone is working for the same company.
If I have a
What
manager,
are
he's an employer or something.
That's why you
He's
need
a
to
production
log that.
manager. I'm a marketing manager. He's production. I'm marketing manager. I'm making some plan. I don't want him to see my planning.
You don't have access now.
Yeah,
They don't give
you-
access to that thing.
No. Only people will have access to the planning transaction, those who are involved on doing planning. So those people can see each other's planning. That's not a problem. So there is not like vertical security
There's no
that are only few
privacy or
people.
something like
They,
that.
sorry.
There is no privacy about what's my planning.
This is company's planning, na? So somebody must be able
My
to see
planning,
that.
what is
They
my
will set a
planning?
role to that particular person to see this thing. In here, we don't have any role, so any user can see it.
Well, if that is a requirement, they can develop that requirement, which is called vertical planning.
Yeah.
We've been talking about that, but then we dropped that plan. Vertical security.
I mean,
Some planning
sometimes it
could
is
be the
important.
confidential, is it?
Sometimes it is important. Like marketing person
It's
has
not a
his
family
own
planning.
planning.
At the end of the day, why you take so
Own
seriously?
planning, and they are not perfectly matching. Yeah, because production won't say he can't produce more than certain number of goods. While marketing people say no, they're very optimistic. They can sell more number of units for that. And so
only-
if marketing guy will go in production and he can increase number of production, you know.
That is true, but the bottom line is only few people who are involved in planning, they will have access to this data. Not all the members of marketing department can see. Right? All the top level officials, they have got access to these details.
User access.
Yeah, I mean to view the planning data. And very few, I mean, in our organization there are 4 or 5 people, they are doing all sorts of planning. They've been told by different school accountants, based on their instruction, they are uploading planning data. And
Raj, you happy now? Sure.
Little bit.
Relax, bro.
Yeah, no,
Chill, you know.
I'm
It's
just
not a
thinking
family
about
planning. It's just a company
No.
planning.
He's
So relax, you know. Just relax. You know.
So you might have your own planning, he might have his own planning. Then you discuss in a meeting, you fix up a final planning, and if it is your planning, then you are going to go and lock it so that others cannot change. Everyone can see it because it's mutual decision, right? But individuals will not go and change it.
Even company got some confidential planning as well, isn't it? What are you gonna do? Like,
no, it is a company's confidential planning.
Yeah, definitely.
There is no outsider who can view this data in this
no
case.
end user as well.
Why?
And you
Come
never
on,
have
brother.
access to the SPRO. Forget this thing.
Come on, bro. Come on. Take it easy, you know.
Yeah.
Take it easy, brother.
They don't have access to SPRO only.
Right.
So yeah, you can get
So integrated planning means whatever you are planning with combination of cost center internal order will reflect into profit center as well, right? Since
Wow.
in cost center internal order master data we are assigning profit center, right? You didn't get that, yeah?
Yeah, it's too quick, you know.
Okay. Integrated planning is what? Because when we create a cost center or internal order, we can assign profit center on the master record.
Yeah.
Right? So when we do a planning we do on the combination of cost center and cost element, internal order and cost element, profit center and cost element, right? 3 combinations we are talking about right now. So if I'm doing a planning in the combination of cost element and cost center is what? My department. Right? I'm a accounts manager, right? And I'm responsible to manage a team of 10, right? So being a manager, I have certain powers and certain responsibilities, and I have been given a budget. Okay, for stationery you can spend about £1,500 per annum, right? For training £10,000. So this is called planning. My cost center remains the same, accounting, whereas the cost element, different expenses, right? Stationery, traveling, training. In that combination, I have a budget for everything. Stationery spend this much, right? Training this spend this much, traveling spend this much. So in that combination, when I'm doing a planning, my cost center will have a profit center as well on the master data, right? Are you getting me or not? Let me show you that screen. What I'm talking about. So when we have created a cost center, are you recording?
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay.
Thank God those star days are gone. Credit goes to Krish.
Yeah, that's a wild card entry for you.
So when we create a cost center, in cost center we can assign profit center, right? How does the cost flows into profit center? Because the cost center master data you are assigning profit center, right? So what is integrated planning means? When I am doing a planning with the combination of this cost center and different cost elements, whatever data I'm inputting there will reflect into profit center as well, since the profit center is connected, is integrated with cost center,
Cost center.
right? So that is integrated planning. Then what we did a planning for
Sorry. So if it is internal order or cost center, the data will flow to profit center only through cost elements, isn't it?
yes,
That's okay.
yes. And then what we did the similar thing for profit center as well. Okay. So we need to create a version, a year entry for profit center as well, right? And last time, after doing this, okay, after this config, we can go and create a cost center. That's what we have done, right? So first thing, we can create a cost center group, different groups, right? And then under those groups, we can create cost centers. So far we have created 2 cost centers. And then what we did after creating 2 cost centers,
Make the entry.
Yeah.
okay, let me
Marketing
quickly
and-
create one cost center. You need to guide me, because until we do this recap, we cannot move ahead. I will say admin. Admin is my cost center.
Okay.
And I will say starting from 1st of 04, right? Admin is my new cost center. I'm creating a cost center. I will say administration. Cost center category.
B.
Hierarchy I can choose top one. And currency GBP. In control I can lock certain things. See, profit center is throwing a warning message, but we don't have profit center right now, right? And right now it is locked for actual revenue and planned revenue. I will keep it as it is, and I can say this is my cost center, right? After cost center, what I have to do, whatever PNL based GL account we have, for that we have to create cost element. So we are going to FS00. And then we need to do edit cost element. And here we can create cost element. Right? We can default cost center or internal order for cost element if we want. Right?
We have to change that G001 to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we need to change as well. Yes. Also on at GL account we need to change the field status from G001 to G004. So this is what we done, and then we did a posting, right? And after that what we did last time was planning. So how we can do planning? KP06 transaction KP06. So admin is my cost center. I'm saying version 0, period 1 to 12, fiscal year 2014, and cost element I'll say stationery. So what we are doing is we are planning now. Planning for our cost center. There is a department called administration. There is a manager who's got a budget, right? Budget or planning, right? So with this cost center, this is a cost element. Stationery, how much they can spend? Let's say about £1,200, right? And under this cost center, they can have loads of cost elements. Stationery is just one of them.
So are you planning by cost center or element?
We are planning by cost center.
Okay.
Cost center is on the header part, so here we can have as many cost element as we want.
Can we assign same cost element to more than one cost center?
It will be.
The question is wrong. What you've been asking, there is no assignment, right? See, you can buy stationery, he can buy stationery, she can buy stationery. It's not a problem. So cost element is an expense, right? And the expense which is being made by it's a department, right? So that department would always have a control, right? They cannot do whatever they want to do, right? So management impose control. So this is your budget. Stationery spend this much. For department A, there is a different budget. For department B, there is a different budget for the same cost element.
Yeah.
Right? So there are different budgets based on the importance of the department, right? The management can make those kind of decisions. Who should be allowed to spend what, right? So
sorry, can I get one help? It says cost element does not exist.
exist
Yeah.
because you don't have this cost element, or have you created?
Admin. No. You created.
I created the admin.
Marketing.
No, I created it now. I follow it.
Okay, so edit cost element.
As Sam is doing on the screen, he was doing on the screen as well.
Yeah.
One. Same. Now wait.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that.
So
Thank you.
right. So here I'm saying £1,200, right? And then hello.
No, I thought you were sorting it out.
Okay, it's been sorted.
Yeah.
Now we can post, right? So the data is posted now, the planning data. Right? Let me book an expense for the stationery using the cost center. So I will say FB60.
Is there any option there, like if anybody go over budget,
Exit
system
date.
is
Yeah.
give us a warning on
I was thinking.
In internal order, there are two things: budget and planning. Right? So in budget, it throws an error. It won't let you spend over it. Planning is just planning. Right? There's a fundamental difference between budget and planning. Right? Budget is something what you have.
Yeah.
Right? Planning, you can do all kind of fancy plannings you can have. Right? So, but with the help of ABAP, substitution and validation, they can design where they can see if anyone is going over budget, system should alert them at least.
Yeah, it's
The
happened.
actual
Or normally
spending
it's
is
happened.
already done, isn't it? Only the entries come after. So if someone is going over budget, the money is already spent or the order is already placed or something. It's just while doing the entry, they realize, oh, I went out the budget.
No,
See, the bottom line is system shouldn't stop anybody from doing something. Like, though you have a planning, but you might have a valid reason to spend that money, right? You can go over your planning if you have a valid reason. So system shouldn't stop any. And they've been running this report, so they can always
Yeah.
keep an eye where it is, where they
Yeah.
are going.
So
So
management have normally a control for over budget. Like in my department, we order all consumable. So I have some of my team members who are allowed to do that ordering. But whenever it's goes to overspending, then I have to approve it all the time.
right,
Yeah, same thing.
That's
so
fine.
most practical example. So £250 stationery I would like to buy. My company code is wrong. Stationery. Won't say 1200. Let me say 250. So I'm booking an expense against the cost center. You get these many entries, but what you can do, while you're posting an entry, there are unnecessary so many fields, right? So what you can do, you can click here. Right? I'm on the middle of the entry, so it won't allow me. But I'll show you how it looks like. You can hide the fields which you don't want by clicking here. Right?
That's good.
So I'm looking for cost center. My cost center is admin. Simulate.
assets exist. Gelatin is tax.
So this is my entry. Can post this entry. No, there is a posting period in controlling as well. So what we will do now, we will see a report where we are doing comparison. Controlling cost center accounting information system report plan actual comparisons. So this is the report I'm running. S underscore ALR underscore 870136111.
Yeah.
See, till this part is common. S underscore ALR underscore 870. So here the controlling area, the fiscal year from to do period version, right? What is my cost center? Admin, and cost element is stationery. And when I execute this, oops, it is not a group, sorry, I typed it wrong. It should be here, admin. So this is my actual, this is my plan cost. The variance is 950. And this is the percentage, right? So this is what they run on a regular basis, how they are going. All the managers, they run this report for that cost center, just making sure that they are not overspending on anything, right? Now it comes to internal order. For internal order, now you guys need to start working. So the path for internal order is in SPRO controlling internal order, order master data, define order types, define order types. So when I click on define order types, there can be different types of order, right? Development, construction, tool and equipment, marketing, third party services, investment. Let's use one of these, the development one, which is pretty common. Select this 100. Select the 100 internal order, which is internal order development. Click on copy.
My machine is working.
Click on 100, click on copy, and give the name of your company code, which is CW 01. Internal order for projects in CW01. You can give any description. See, internal order, if you have done this bit, I will explain. Internal order have a settlement profile. What is settlement profile? I was giving you an example. Like in our organization, whenever we are doing refurbish, once we buy a new building, we spend loads of money on refurbishment, and we put everything under internal order. And then eventually, once everything is done and dusted, we kind of settle that internal order into asset accounting, right? For that, in order to do that, you need to have a settlement profile. Likewise, we can settle on network, we can settle on production items. So there are different settlement profile which has been given, right? So let's keep the standard one, overhead cost, right? We are not going to settle this against anyone. This is just to calculate overheads for a particular project, right? Also, it has got a planning profile and budget profile. Internal order is the only thing which allows you to do budgeting as well, whereas with cost center it's only planning, right? When you do budgeting, system will throw a message if you spend over budget, right? And this is 002 is a status profile, because when you create an internal order, the internal order comes with a status, right? When you create an internal order, that needs to be released so that you can use that internal order. There are different statuses we can maintain. Once we create an internal order, I'll show you what status management means, right? But all I want you to do, after typing CW01 and description, hit enter and click on save button. Now open another session and we will try to create an internal order. But before we do that, we need to have an internal order group. If we want, we can create an internal order group. But let's see if system does allows us to create internal order without group. So KO01 is a transaction code to create an internal order. KO01. Select the order type which you have just created. Select the order type which we have just created, which is CW01. Right? I'll say SAP training cost. SAP training cost, which is an event driven cost, right? Or I can say building refurbishment cost or anything, right? This is a company code. I can default profit center as well. I can relate this with cost center as well, right? So on control data, if you click on control data, okay, mine is the slowest one, I believe. Okay, so have you typed SAP training cost?
Control data.
Yeah. So if you go to the second tab, control data,
When I
what's
do
the meaning?
company code, CW is not assigned on CO area KP01. Controlling
Okay,
area.
You are on KP01. That's the problem.
so you need to go to I think extras and then change it.
You need to go to the first screen for that.
Okay, here.
Here and then you can change. Oops.
His order type is
Set
CW01.
controlling area. Last
Oh yes, set controlling area. Then you need
Okay, so go back.
CW01.
Press X. Yeah. Yes. Oh, just press now. Now. Oh, you want to cancel yes.
Did you
Then
manage to do
click
that,
on
or shall I show
extras.
you again?
No. Close that. Close
On the
that.
main screen,
Where is CW01? No.
No, close that. This is order reference.
on KO01 main screen,
Environment.
extras,
Yeah.
sorry, environment, set controlling area.
Set zero.
CW0.
See, that's KP01. So.
Yes?
Yeah.
Is by default every time.
For CP01 to KP01
Because the one
to
which
CW01,
you have
yeah?
used last time
ZW01.
will come up, because this is the first time you are using internal order.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why it is picking up from the previous thing.
Present.
CW01.
Yeah. SAP training.
But these guys
cost.
must be using CW01 now.
That
Default.
training cost.
Everybody.
No, but this is the first instance where they have got into internal order. That's the
Okay,
reason.
fine. Now on control data.
What now? Double Q.
Overhead. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So before that go, we need to
Set controlling area. Now we go to this screen. To the file.
set control.
So the description, SAP training cost, and on control data, see the status is created. It means if the status is created, I cannot use this internal order yet, right? It needs to be released. So this is called status management. Some people have got 3-stage release process, or you can make 4 steps as well. So created, released, and once I'm done and dusted with my project, I can close this internal order as well, so that it won't be, no one would be able to use it, because internal order is a temporary thing. Don't forget, it's an event driven cost, right? So once you create it, you have to release this, right? Click on the release button, and when you click on technically complete, you don't click on technically complete, then you won't be able to use internal order.
Just click on
Release.
User status.
You need to click on it, it will change.
Once you click, it will
that's it.
change. Yeah?
What is PLIM user status now?
This is just an abbreviation. We just need to stick with this release and complete, technically complete. If you want your own status, we can design. We can have 4-step status. Right now we have 3 steps on status: created, release, and technically complete. Right? Also, if we tick this box, this internal order becomes statistical order. Don't tick this box, I'm just explaining it. So what is the statistical order?
It won't have this implication on the FI side. Only
No, that's the secondary cost element you are telling me. What is statistical? I'm talking about statistical order. In certain cases, you have a requirement, you need to assign two cost object while you are booking an expense. Stationery you are assigning, you have been told this is your cost center and this is your internal order. That stationery you are using for certain events, right? But you want to use it for cost center as well, right? So only when you can assign two cost object is in one cost object it will have a real entry, right? So the real entry will go into cost center and the statistical entry will go into internal order, which is just for the reporting purpose only, right? It won't have the real value because I can define this internal order as a statistical order if I tick this box. What it means, this internal order is not holding a real value. It means if this internal order doesn't hold a real value, I cannot settle this internal order against anything because it doesn't contain any value. It's just a statistical value, right? Just for the reporting purpose only.
But if this internal order is a part of any cost center, yeah, then we have to assign statistical order as well, isn't it?
Say that again, what you're asking.
If any internal order is a part of any cost center, like
How can
suppose,
it be part of
suppose
cost
we are
center?
doing any marketing related event.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is related only to the marketing department,
Mm-hmm.
not to the entire company.
Okay.
So any expense we are doing, like codings or stationery expenses,
Mm-hmm.
that has to go mainly.
That's where you need this. You will assign your cost center as statistical internal order. So by doing this, you will have your departmental cost, and you will be also able to see the how much that event has costed. So it is called multiple assignment, right? So which you can do both the things. Also, you can default the actual
I mean to say
cost
under
center.
those options we have to select statistical order. Isn't it?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
But if the internal order is completely separate, like as you said, like renovating a building, and then once it is renovation is done, it will be assigned to a particular
Asset.
cost center assets. In those cases, we don't need statistical.
No, no, we don't need. Right. So also, I will ask you to save. I want to show you the settlement rule as well, but save this first. No profit center entered. That is not a problem. We don't have profit center yet. Click on green tick. So let's go back to the, see, your internal order is created. The order number is here. So let's go back to the internal order on the change screen KO02. KO02. We would like to change the internal order. KO01 for creation, 2 for change, 3 for display. Right? If I click on this settlement rule, click on the settlement rule. See, there are different categories. So I can settle this cost and on settlement rule. Okay, let me. Shall I go back one step?
Yeah.
There's a button here, settlement rule. Yeah. under settlement rule, we have a category. First step is category.
Real estate management.
So these are the receivers, right? We can settle this internal order against cost center. If you want to settle it against asset, we need to define new category for that,
Oh,
right? So just imagine I'm just selecting cost center and settlement receiver I can assign. We don't have to do this, right? I'm just showing you how we can write a settlement rule. So I'm saying the receiver cost center will be my one of my cost center which I have created.
Admin.
I'll say admin. Also, I can split into two as well. I can have two cost center and I'll say 50% here, 50% there. So when I do a settlement run, there is a transaction code. After having the values on internal order, there is a T code KO88, right? And then I can settle this internal order, whatever value internal order have on SAP training, you can settle into two different cost centers. You can split the values. Say for instance, your SAP training is costing you about, including petrol and everything, £3,000, right? And then if you want to settle it after finishing the course, you can settle into three different cost centers. So that relationship we are giving here. So how it should settle. If I say 100%, right, and I can save this. What it means now on internal order, I have mentioned where the value should flow. Once we have finished our project, right, where we can settle this internal order. In this case, I have chosen cost center, but it can be asset as well, right? If I want to settle this against an asset, I can do that, right? But let's not make it complex. We are not going to settle. At home, you can try create an internal order which has got another cost center here as a settlement, and then run KO88 transaction for settlement.
KO
88.
This one is in notes.
Yeah, it's there in the note. Okay, so since we have an internal order, I'll do another posting for internal order, and how we can view the actual posting. How we can view the actual posting for cost center? What was the transaction code for cost center to view an actual posting?
K0
Yeah, KSB1, right?
KSB1, yeah.
KSB1. It is like XBL 1N, 3N, and 5N for cost objects, right? So first thing first, would like to do book an expense against internal order for the first time, right? So go to FB60. Sorry?
You haven't said anything yet. You
No.
haven't done anything yet.
We just created one internal order. Yeah, the settlement I was just showing, there is such thing.
No, I'm
Exists.
trying to save the
Settlement.
internal order and changing the KP01 to CW01. It just doesn't work.
No, you need to change on the front screen.
In the first instruction, you will come out and do it again.
environment. Oh, no. I done the same one
Okay, I was trying to do it being inside.
No. Stay on the menu.
Yeah, but that's the last thing you want to.
Right? Go to FB60.
Change the company. No, 20 and 0.
Select your vendor, your account for which, okay, let's put an amount here first, 400 pounds. The GL account for which you have cost element created, right? Select that GL account only. Otherwise, cost will not flow in controlling. Stationery account, 400 pounds. Now we'll assign order. Next to cost center, there is a box for order, column for order. So your vendor, your amount, your GL account for which you have cost element created,
Yeah.
and the amount, 400 pounds.
Anything else?
And select your internal order.
Okay, and then now go to order.
No cost center.
Just wait. He's doing order number. Order. Click on the order. And
Where is order? Where is order?
see.
This is your order. Select your order, the one which you have created.
Yeah.
Click on simulate.
Cost center.
Reference.
For document type क्या an entry is required in field reference number.
What's wrong? Reference number just here. Reference. Just enter some reference number. Your own company code.
We didn't select the cost center, just the order. Isn't it?
Order, yeah. Just an order.
Click on here.
We are doing posting against an order.
You have created cost
Click
center.
on company.
Yes?
Yeah.
And post the document.
We created previously different
Yeah.
2001.
Need to change the invoice date. Put the invoice date. No.
First account code is there. Still showing somehow tomorrow is it.
That's it. Yesterday you changed it.
Not
I think probably in your actual computer.
Yeah. That's it. Reference is good enough.
That amount is 250. No, sorry, 400.
400. What Sam did,
Stationery.
same thing. Copy paste.
Stationery.
It's a stationery account. Where is it? 400.
Then order right here. Order.
Did he contacted you, Raj, Anuj?
Yeah, but I was expecting this call yesterday. He didn't call me yesterday.
Is it?
Yeah, we had a
Then
meeting.
simulate here.
He got a call me on Saturday after his session.
Yeah, green tick.
I was waiting for his call. I got to contact him tonight.
Enter.
It's all set
Net
up
due
from my
date
end.
is on
You
23/11.
have that server.
Today is
Now it's
23.
set up now.
Yeah, but I
You
think
can
your
have you
actual
installed it or
computer
you bought it from
date is
someone?
wrong.
Someone
Actual
gave it to
computer
me.
on
So what
operating
I
Today.
system.
just 24?
Just press. It's okay. Press enter.
Guy.
It's green. I mean, it's yellow. So,
He
yeah,
just done his
Press
working
enter.
on project now. He done there.
it will come as a tax. Just go back and put the tax. Into this as a question.
Have you posted? Everyone have posted the document?
No.
No, I have
Click close.
Struggling.
If you go to system clock issues, you have to turn it or close it. You know, yesterday we put the right date and today.
which one
Simple.
again?
Yeah, and then go to your actual Windows
That's a
8.
unique problem.
Yeah, go to your actual computer. Take this date. 24/7. Yeah, change date and time.
We changed it yesterday.
No, we changed it on Windows 2008. I mean Windows 2003 server, but not in your actual machine.
Cost center, see, making a cost center never.
We didn't change this. That's changed. So now,
Again post everything.
no, I think somehow you need to turn off and then turn it back on. Okay, quickly turn off because Sam is doing something else.
Let me
It's
turn
going
it
to
off.
show you the message.
Yeah, you just stop the server. Remember, otherwise it will give you
Yeah,
the error.
that's when you
If that thing is done, I think transfer. Check
Check this date. November 24th. Stop.
You don't want to change anything.
Stop here.
Sales order for accounting.
You okay, Manish?
Yeah.
First line support. Always with me. Highly required.
What the hell is going on, man?
Okay, shall we proceed?
Couple of minutes.
Can you
Couple
give
of
me,
minutes.
yeah, just 5 minutes. Yes.
5 minutes, okay, I'm coming.
Sunday, yeah? That should be changed, right? 23, right? Okay.
Keep practicing. Don't practice it.
Restart.
You're
Let
good
it
at your
restart and then we do.
Let's see, that also doesn't take it out.
Have you had a chance to look this solution folder which has
Just 2 weeks, yeah, I've been through, but it's quite long.
quite long, but maybe 2-3
Yes,
items?
copy.
Have you had a chance to read
Let us restart it, yeah?
solution folder?
I was very busy with the foreign currency all week. Foreign currency.
Foreign currency. Which currency you really like, by the way, for
Any currency, brother. Any currency I like.
any currency, yeah?
Same. I accept any currency.
Any currency. Come on.
Now, from now onwards,
If I give you a 20 rupees, you never accept that. In that case.
from now onwards, you guys have to be desperate. For good 3 to 6 months, if you pull your weight, everything will be sorted. I'm telling you. 3 to 6 months, you have to do whatever you can. You can change your communication. You can change your physical look, the way you talk, the way you practice with examples. You need to have a lot of energy, and only it will work. I'm telling you.
Now it's time to cross that river now.
I start drinking
We are
alcohol.
bench of the river now.
You start building bridge now, one by one.
By the
KOB1.
So if you don't want anything, do we just need to tick in here? So if you don't want that
invisible.
tabs,
Yeah, the one.
so
which
this
we
is
don't-
invisible. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And run the report. KOB1.
Your order should pop up automatically.
Unfortunately, not in my case.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, execute.
That's it.
Yeah, execute.
Yes. So this is how we can view the entries which we have posted.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. See, there is a transaction code OKB9. 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 This is where you can default cost object for cost elements. OKB9.
Default.
Cost objects. When I say cost object, it means internal order, cost center, profit center. For cost elements. For cost elements. Where we can default cost object for cost elements. OKB9. See, this is, as you can see, in this case, the company code is KP01. Is the cost element the default cost center here. We can default the profit center as well for certain cost elements. If there is a requirement, if business asks you, okay, if this is the cost element, then it has to go against this cost center. Right? If this is the default rule, or if it has to go with this profit center, you can default. So this is the one screen where you can default almost everything with the combination of cost element and cost center. Right? This is quite popular transaction.
It's like UI6. You can assign everything in under one tab.
Yeah, kind of. And what if something went wrong? I have assigned into a cost center, but that cost center was wrong. Somebody did a mistake and assigned wrong cost center while posting an entry, right? So the way you can do it, there is a transaction called KB11N. KB11N. Here, as you can see, KB11N. N for November. What it says, enter manual reposting of primary cost. So here we can select old cost center, old cost element, amount and new cost center. Say for instance, in our case, let's make an entry. The old cost center was the one which you used last time, FV60. What was the one? But we have used with internal order, right? So the choose the cost center which you have used with cost center. So I think I did use. Okay, the best thing to do, open this screen, leave this screen open another session, and run the transaction KSB1 just to find out what entry you have. Right? So open another session and go to KSB1. KSB1. So in admin I have 250. Whatever you have in marketing, can you see your entry there? On KSB1? Raj?
Yeah.
Tina?
No, not yet.
KSB1.
Can we see
I only see the today's
for
entry.
all the,
This one?
yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Because I need to select.
yeah, 0 to Z.
No, it's will cover all costs and
But we can only see one cost center at a time, right?
no,
No way, you can put the whole range.
You can put the whole range.
On KSB1 screen, can you not see the range? Is
Oh yeah, cost center from
to 2.
That execute.
I'm only seeing one entry.
That's fine. One is enough.
But we did one previously as
That
well.
was internal order.
Internal order. Okay.
Internal order is
any
No, no,
entry.
last week. 2 weeks ago. So we did one, isn't it? We did post for marketing.
yeah,
I
but
can't
maybe
see
there
it.
might be few other cost
Okay.
centers you have used.
Okay.
Can you see your entry, guys?
Yes.
KSB1 doesn't have any entry.
Go back.
I have none of them.
Select cost center 0 to Z.
Admin. Yeah.
Select cost element 0 to Z.
Where's your?
Advertising, innovation, marketing.
Did you create admin? You didn't create admin, isn't it? Which cost center did you post it to? Okay, just click close. Click close. Yeah, just remove this. Okay, now click execute. That's like the presenter. There was one entry came before, right?
It's not showing anything.
Before, I think I saw something on your screen.
Because last week my system is not up and
Okay.
I need to post new. None of them is available.
His one is not showing.
Which
I have
one?
no entry
His
available.
one.
On KSB1?
Yeah.
How come?
Oh, there you go. I can see lots of things now, but
Okay.
for him it's not showing.
Is it showing?
0 to Z. Yeah, I got 2 entries. Stationery and van.
Wow. Okay, do one thing. The best thing to do 0 to Z. 0 to Z.
Put the new one. Take the new one. Innovative.
There you go.
Travel. Cost element. And your cost center is advertise 1.
When I press
Advertise 1.
it's not showing anything on that time. Why?
Because you're not choosing right parameters. So 1 is on travel. Just keep this screen open.
Okay.
That internal bill is sitting in the advertisement. The stationery and innovation, that is marketing. That one is organic, why the sequence is like that.
Okay, shall we proceed? Everyone has got that screen, right? Okay. Okay, make a note of this. Make a note of this. In this entry, the amount, in my case, is 250. Just pick one entry, right? And make a note of amount, cost element, and cost center. 3 things you will need, right? Amount, cost center, and cost element.
Center.
For me, it's a wrong entry. I want to use another cost center, and I just use admin. Now I want to shift that cost from admin to another cost center. That is what I'm trying to do.
Cost element.
Right?
Is it the one that we recently did? Is that the only should show up, or the previous ones as well?
It should show up all the items. It depends upon what you select here.
No, I selected 0 to Z, but we did that 400. No, but that was to the
Internal order.
internal order. Okay.
Okay.
Accountant.
So have you made a note of 3 things: amount, cost element, and cost center in one of your entry? Yes?
Yes.
Avnish?
Cost
Vijay?
center marketing.
Tina?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Where is cost center is marketing? For advertisement.
cost center old is
Advertisement.
my admin.
Yeah.
The one which you
Cost
have made a note of
Center,
that. Just select
advertising,
that cost center.
element, marketing.
It might not have the number range which is required, but let's see. Admin, cost element, the one which you have, the one which you made a note of. In my case, 200,000 stationery.
We can also do a part shift, like part shift of the amount.
You can. But let's do the full one. 250 and new cost center. Whatever another cost center you have.
Innovation.
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 Innovative.
Or marketing.
Or marketing.
Marketing. Total.
See, for us, innovation is not an option, right? We have to innovate. We as a human, we keep on evolving ourselves, right? If you just go back 15 years ago, you can't think of the life which we are living, mobile phones, tablets, this and that. So look what happened to Nokia. They didn't evolve in time. So innovation is the key thing, right? So, why I have chosen the same thing. Marketing. Click on save button. Let's see what it does. It posted a document,
Yeah, posted.
right?
The cost centers that are advertised does not exist.
So
Is it like this is written?
No, click on here.
internal journal.
Internal journal.
Within controlling,
Okay.
the cost element is not getting affected.
Ah,
You're
yeah.
just passing one cost center to another cost center, right? But there is another way to do it.
Okay.
Now if you go back and see in
FP11.
No, not in FPL3.
FP11.
Why don't you click here,
KB11
select?
and-
Did you enter it previously?
that's
Why don't
the-
you select?
OKB9.
Rather than
No.
enter it, select it.
See, on KSB1, it won't show you the value which it had previously.
Hit enter. There you go. Document posted. Sometime entering any some mistake we do. Yeah, But if you select it, it's best.
Reposting.
Now what happened?
So now we have moved this one to a different category.
Select the cost element as well. It's 0 now.
No, you don't need to double check. It will transfer the cost anyway.
Let me take full time management.
What
Use marketing as well.
Both, yeah.
I'm trying to show you now, once you do what you've been doing,
Cost stationary. Yeah, I could see the new one, new entry on
Yeah.
KSB one. Yeah.
But N is 3 4 now. No, advertising.
Where you can see new one?
Here, there you go.
KSB one?
Yeah, KSB one. If you go back, no, it's the same one. We all have the same window.
When you open again,
No, you could go back and
B.
yeah, I was thinking it capped in both,
Then
but it is
execute.
plus minus.
Minus reserve. Because minus. This is reverse. It won't delay.
execute.
Now.
Yeah, so it's reducted. Yeah, yours is fine. So that's basically revert the document and then it's posted it made it as 0. Transfer it to that. And we have a new total of
They will change
percent.
something from production to
I just selected that particular.
No, this window is confusing. This window is confusing. Why can't I mean rather than having this one at the bottom, why can't they have it on top?
Which one?
You know, cost center admin. Cost center admin. Why don't they have this column on top? So these two entry belong to this. These three entry belong to this one. Why can't they have it on top and then put these at the bottom so it will not confuse?
Yeah,
Isn't it? Isn't it? When we do lots of
Yeah.
things, is at the bottom?
No. See, this admin is for these two.
Yeah.
This marketing is for
Yeah,
this.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Rather than
It should
putting
be
it
on
at
the
the
top.
bottom, it should be on top.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Nothing else. Yeah.
so
So it doesn't confuse. That's all. Yeah. But I could see it reverted the document in here and then put the made it as 0 and then put the new document here and the total of new figure is 0. Yeah. Yeah, same as you. It reverted the
Guys.
document here and then put the new entry.
Once it
here.
is done, I would like to proceed.
what you change you should so even if you want to reverse it,
No cost involved.
do without
Yeah, I will tell you.
What happened?
Two lanes, three lanes, one lane was enough. Two lanes
Sometimes
Chock a block.
To see all the cost entry.
Okay. There is another transaction called KB61 which does the similar thing which KB11N does.
KB61.
KB61.
What they do? KB61.
Change
Document row selection.
cost table.
Enter line item for the report.
This I want you to try it as a homework, right? But this is not a common practice. What it does basically, if you have to reverse something in controlling, it is also affecting FI as well, right? Because KB11N, we are just the cost element remains the same, but we are shifting from admin to some other cost center, right? But this one, what if you want to change a cost element as well? In that case, you can use this one, KB61 for reposting. It will
to change the cost element means you're changing
the entry itself.
travel expense rather than IT expense. That is something like
You can reverse the document. It's not used widely.
And user can do this one.
Yeah. End user will only do KB11 and KB61. So these are all end user work. And one thing I would like to give you for homework. By your own, Google it, whatever you do. I want you to run a distribution cycle. Distribution cycle. Yeah. If you know how to ride a bike, then you should be able to do this. Right? Distribution cycle.
Okay.
So the transaction for that distribution cycle.
And it's very simple. If you know how to ride the bicycle, that
I'll
was
tell you
earlier
what
told
it
you.
is.
Anything else you want to ask? Most well.
I know how to ride the car. Bicycle is the below level.
I'm listening.
Can you give some hints like distribution cycle for
I'll that is what I'm about to tell you.
That's a homework.
I'm trying to find a T
You
code
can
for distribution.
Take all kind of hints from Google. You know.
KSBU, something like that. I had on top of my head. I can't remember.
How do we find distribution cycle for
You just asked now. Yes, this is helpful.
Is it OBB3?
No.
No.
KSV5.
Yeah, something like that. KSB5. KSB5.
V.
V.
Yeah, KSV5.
This way.
execute actual
Also
distribution?
KSV7.
KSV5, did you say?
Yeah, 5 and 7 is also
Yeah, KSV1.
V1, I think.
Yeah.
What he said is right.
Actual
Execute
distribution
actual
cycle.
KSV1.
One, yeah.
Create actual distribution cycle.
This is a cycle, right?
KSV1.
See, this is a cycle, but I'm not talking about cycle. I'm talking about
Planning distribution cycle run.
I don't want you to do anything. It's entirely
It's
you have
two
to do
dots,
on your own.
On start date is 2 dots.
Distribution flow, resource planning.
SAP is down. SAP
Yeah,
website is down.
University is down.
Oh God.
Our internet might have problem.
No, I'm using
go to
4G.
SAP website.
How is it?
I'm using
Yeah,
it.
I'm getting
SAP
the same.
website is down.
It's got hacked.
London Bridge is falling.
which ones?
I assume.
Good.
It's working now.
KSVB.
See this. There is a tab called. 1 second. You can find a document, but